Willie D. Live.
You mentioned Sodom and Gomorrah.
And I shouldn't have, but since we're there.
Right.
We are there. Thanks to this guy named Diddy in New York. Now, you guys have had house parties, and you've been around some exciting women. You've had an amazing and remarkable run with the ladies. Do y'all ever, get a little...
Beside yourself?
Well, you ever get a little nervous and think that, with somebody from your long-distance past may try to come back and accuse you of something? I mean, obviously, I'm talking about something that was consensual.
Yeah. It's something to think about. It's truly something to think about, because when you look at that era back then, and, I'm going to go there. So you say Sodom and Gomorrah. Back then, most young cats grew up watching pornography. And when you see when you see the behavior and how things would get to that point where you're going to have sex, the woman isn't that much respected, or either you get the impression that they'll say, like, kind of be reluctant, and all you got to do is rub on them or whatever, and they'll change their minds quickly. So you walk away from that. You're thinking that's the way it should happen and that's the way it go down. I myself, it got to a point where it's like, I'm going to probably have an unromantic conversation with you. And we used to have this term saying, yo, you got her, you're going to do this. Is she DAC? It was an acronym it was DAC. And we go, it's DAC. DAC meant discussed and confirmed. That means we're going to have a discussion and she's with it. But no more of that assumption. Because subconsciously, when you're putting those images from pornography, or you're having that stupid talk with homeboys, yo, it's like this, you need to do it like that, whatever, the dumb teaching the dumb, you take that into those situations with the girl, and, now later comes back, you did this to me, or whatever the case may be. And it's like, I think that's where things were at that time. I mean, I could be wrong, and different people have different journeys, but when you hear the Cosby talk about pills and they're supposed to be thigh openers, I think that's what they call them and stuff like that. It was something that was popular and common, and now, women come back with credible things like, yo, I never felt loved in that thing. I felt very used, or whatever the case may be. And this is no excuse in regards to why men do what they do. I'm not condoning it, but it was a very interesting time back then when all it was about, especially being on tour and on the road, all about getting women. Who'd you get? How many did you get? All of that. Where was the love and sympathy and empathy in those kind of situations? You just trying to mac.
And to be fair, a lot of the women...
And I don't want to some kid felt the same way. I hope he says
I don't know what he's talking about. I prayed a lot on tour.
But to be fair, a lot of the women was just trying to get off too. Around those times, because
nobody's was angels.
Because that was times when you'd have these groupie chicks, certain groupie chicks. I mean, whoever in town, that's who they gonna be with. So let's make sure that we put that out there also, but at the end of the day, no confusion. No means no.